Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I took up another challenge. As many of you are probably very aware by now, I like to do these terrible weapon challenge videos where I'll go C4 only, EOD bot only, I'll use a particular gun with an atrocious combination of attachments, and then see if I can do well with it, see if I can go on some kill streaks. And last time, a bunch of you recommended that I go roadkill only, so I can use whatever vehicle I want. I can use the Jeep, a tank, a motorcycle, whatever, but I have to slay my enemies by running them over. And going into this challenge, I wasn't exactly sure how I should handle it, so I tried out a bunch of different maps, I tried out a bunch of different vehicles, and I came to the conclusion that the best way to do this, and the only way that I was going to get a lot of kills successfully, was to play on Nabondon Flats with the dirt bike on close quarters. I know that's a very specific combination, but truly, it was the best way to do it. The reason why I chose Nabondon is because it's flat, and that's really important when you're trying to get road kills. I tried it on Kaiser Railroads, I tried it on Sabalon Pipeline, and while I was able to get a kill here and there every once in a while, because those maps have a lot of terrain variation, every single time you try to line up a kill or you see someone off the distance, even if you think you can get the kill and you have a direct line on him, if there's any terrain elevation changes or if there's like a small bump, you're gonna fly over them, and because the dirt bikes are so fast, you're gonna fly really far over them and you're never gonna get the kill. And for Nabondon Flats, everything is relatively flat, and so if you do see someone off in the distance and you can line it up, you will sometimes get the kill, and I'll talk about why it's only sometimes here in a second. I also tried using the Jeep, and while I think a lot of you would have assumed that would have been one of the better ways to do this challenge, the Jeep is larger and it has a lot of surface area, so if you can come across someone who is standing still and they don't see you, I would say it is a better way to get road kills. But the problem is it's not very maneuverable and it's not as fast as a dirt bike, so if anyone does notice you, which is like 9 out of 10 times, they can just run out of the way and you have no way of capturing them. So that's the reason why I used the dirt bike and why I played on Nabondon Flats. But the reason why I played Capture the Flag is because there are so many snipers that just chill out in their deployment. And I don't know why they do this, but they will just sit at like the rim of the border and you can just run them over. And you'll see here in today's video, I did that constantly. There was one moment where there were 3 snipers, they were all in a line, and I was able to run over 2 of them in one pass. Both of them died. And it was amazing. It was like the stars aligned. I was giggling like a little schoolgirl. I'm sure they were embarrassed. So that is the reason why I was playing Capture the Flag. Nabondon Flats made it so that I wasn't jumping all over the place and I could line up kills. And the dirt bike is just really fast, very maneuverable, and I found it just to be the best way to handle it. All of that being said though, and all of those things going in my favor, this challenge was still very difficult, and it's mainly due in part because of the physics engine in this game. If you've ever tried to ride around in a dirt bike or just try to run over anyone in Battlefield 3, you know it can be kind of hit or miss. You'll run them over, and while you think you'll run them over, your vehicle will literally kind of spaz out as you hit them, but you don't get the kill, and they'll just kind of go on their way to the next objective, or when you try to take that next pass, they'll know you're coming and then they'll shoot you. And that happened a lot during my gameplay session, and one of the things I just kind of had to deal with and just kind of had to accept at the time was that was going to happen over and over and over again. And I think that if that wasn't the case, and the physics engine, or it was just more reliable to run people over, I would have been a lot more successful, because there were a lot of runs where I would get 1 kill, I would line up 2 or 3 during it, but I would only get the 1, and then after the 3rd pass over the 3rd guy, they would finally get smart and shoot me in the face. There were also some times where it did work in my favor though, where I would try to run someone over, they would kind of move off to the left, I would go to the right, assuming that they were going to go to the right, and then there would be like this large gap in between us, but I would get the kill magically. I'm not exactly sure how. Maybe it was lag, maybe it was a netcode, I'm not exactly sure, but it's just the combination, I'm sure, of their physics engine, lag, and everything like that that allowed me to get that. So it did work in my favor every once in a while, but not as much as I kind of was hoping. The one thing that probably was the most frustrating thing about this challenge, though, was when I would run into those javelin only users. You know the ones where they just sit in their deployments, they sit on the side of the map, and all they do the entire round is javelin dirt bike players, which is completely fine. I mean, that's one of the things about Capture the Flag, is that a lot of people are going to be on the dirt bikes. It's easy free kills, so it's completely acceptable that they do that. And not only that, it helps their team. If no one can get into your base on a dirt bike because everything is getting blown up by a javelin, your team is probably going to be in good shape to winning that match. But when I'm trying to get road kills and there are 2 or 3 people on the enemy team and all they're doing is javelin, I wasn't all that successful on those rounds. I basically either had to leave or I just had to accept it and kind of grit my teeth and just accept the fact that javelins are going to be flying towards my head. But that is about it for today's challenge, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have a challenge recommendation that you would like me to try next, let me know down below in the comments section. And also make sure to thumbs up the one you would also like me to try. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.